Foreign specialists in Kuwait believe that by mid-November they'll put out the oil fires. Around 85 oil fires continue. Earthquake in India, next to the Himalayas, with numerous casualties. There's rescue work going on. The former leader of Eastern Europe, his family, Honecker's family, has moved to Chile. But the president of Chile has announced that Honecker will not be allowed to enter Chile. West Germany is trying to get Honecker returned to Europe. While in Chile, the president of Chile has promised that Honecker will not be allowed to enter Chile without a German passport. Honecker's passport right now allows him only to return to Germany, not to travel around the world. Only Margaret Honecker has been allowed to enter Chile. Because of cramped living conditions, she had to share her room with her daughter. The wife of Honecker has returned to Moscow. Klaus Kinker, Minister of Justice, returned from Moscow with results. He expressed a firm German position. The Russian government is prepared to return Honecker. His state of health allows him to leave the USSR. His state of health is good enough. The German side promises fair treatment to Honecker. Is Honecker's release just a matter of time? Time will show. All this casts a shadow on our relations with West Germany. The former vice president of the USSR, Genaev, stood forth for the ending of anarchy in our country. Genaev, as a member of the Politburo of the CPSU, had talked with declared that the anarchy in the USSR will soon end, and that there are plans to end this. This was said last year. Being a little drunk, Genaev said to the Lebanese leaders that the current anarchy in our nation will be curtailed very quickly. We have a plan under the head of the party to end this anarchy, and the CPSU will be in charge of the country by the fall of next year. This is said before the coup to Lebanese officials. 80 years ago, Reichen, a famed Soviet humorist, was born. His birthday was commemorated today. Arkady Reichen, the most famous Soviet humorist, satirist of the Estrada theater. His whole life, he joked about the truth. He was satirical, but everybody laughed at him. His gesticulations made people cry. He taught people to be patient, to love one another. The father of Soviet satire. He admired Charlie Chaplin, but probably his main achievement is his son. Reichen's son is also a comedy actor, a satire actor in Moscow. Reichen might be compared to the Charlie Chaplin of the Soviet Union. The theater is a very responsible action. Konstantin Reichen, the son of Arkady Reichen. The theater of Reichen We're discussing the problems of theater, and the most important thing is to act for people and to exert yourself and have people understand you. And this mutual understanding leads you to exert yourself even more. This is the joy of theater. My father's birth, I would like to commemorate in a joyous way. Someone's understanding eyes, someone's humanity, someone's love. What is lacking in our extreme times, that's what's lacking in our extreme times, understanding eyes, sympathy. Sports. Good evening, lovers of sports. Today our sports review will start in this comfortable hall in the Hotel Slavianskaya. We'll talk about football, soccer later. Today a very important event happened in Moscow. The presentation of the second professional tournament of tennis of the Kremlin. Our tournament, Kremlin tournament, starts from the 2nd to 10th of November in the excellent complex, the Olympic Sports Complex. The sponsors, one of the sponsors is Moscow News. This is more than a championship. This is an indicator of the civilization of our society. Our players, our tournament goes beyond the tennis court. Major firms have agreed to sponsor our tournament. The pillars of Western business are participating. And we hope very much that this tournament will be included in the business dealings of our businessmen and the business circles of the West. And of course, this tournament would be impossible from a sports and the business perspective without the founders of this tournament, those who organized it, despite the hardships involved. Mr. Sason Kabshuli and his wife. The Swiss businessman said for 27 years has known the USSR. Mr. Kapshuli, there are excellent opportunities to develop business in the USSR. I don't understand why the USSR cannot host a prestigious tennis tournament. Personally, for me, this was never a question. 8 tennis players from the top 30 in the Kremlin Cup will start once again. Now here's soccer. Moscow Avtozavod lost to Czechoslovakia. All the goals were scored in the second period. The last minute of the game. Okay, so Torpedo was knocked out of the next round, but it will still remain. It's 2-0, excuse me, not 7-0. Spartak played the Greek team today. The result of this game will be resolved in Athens. The host team had excellent opportunities to score goals against their Greek guests, but they were not taken advantage of. Tilburg Super Tournament of Chess. Kasparov has 4.5 points. Short has 3 points. After 5 games, Kasparov has 4.5 points. Today at 1:05, the Scorpio has started, the phase of Scorpio. Scorpio has dramatic changes in it. Astrologist Paul Globe says this period will read till November 22nd, with no dramatic changes in world history. But next year, between winter and spring, there will be major political changes, possible changes in our leadership. In the Caucasian area will be the most explosive point in our country. November 10th to 13th will be the most dangerous period in this area. But some people will be very successful, especially those who take risks. This is an astrological prognosis for the next half a year. Weather report. The Ukraine 1+7. Rain, wet snow.